top 10 at this point, and basically every song from here is a song that I could write an essay about. I'm not going to do that just for the purposes of keeping this video under 30 minutes, and also because I feel like I'll probably talk about a lot of these songs more in depth at some point in the future. Wink, wink. But anyway, number 10 was Toothless Hawkins and His Robot Jazz Band by Varian and Razzie. Highest Varian song, highest Razzie song. Spoilers, but that's the case. This is a really cool collab, though. It kind of came when Varian was still figuring out his sound, and it was Raziel's debut. So you can be excused for not having super high expectations of this, at least going into it. But like, wow, it is really, really cool. You know, the whole idea of having a super hard, jazzy, whimsical, metallic song is one of those that could either sound really good or really bad. And in this case, it sounds really good. It's got a couple bangers of drops, including that it's double time Moombacore drop, which is actually such a cool idea. I like this more than Spooky Jack and his Living Dead Symphony, which is like, I guess, a sequel to this song. It's drum step and drum and bass. Highly recommend. I like this a little bit more, but both are good. I would love to see what a Varian Razzie collab would sound like now. But yeah. Number 9, we got Vicimus by Slips and Slurs. Super epic atmospheric trap is always going to be a hit with me, and it's no different here. Oh, man. So the drops are actually my least favorite part of this song, and the drops are pretty damn good, especially that second drop with that classic Slips and Slurs melody. But the off drop is so good. The intro is perfect for what it's supposed to be. The mid section with the cinematic, like, film score kind of feel, and the piano is just incredible. This is one of the coolest songs that's ever been released on Monstercat. I would love to see Slippy go back to this style, even though I do like the direction he's going in now. But my goodness, this is so cool. I'd love to hear another trap song that does anything close to what this does as far as building the atmosphere. Number 8 is Losing You by Fixa and Laura Brehm. I mean, like, literally, what do you want me to say about this song? It's Prog House by Fixa and Laura Brehm. Like, something would have to be seriously messed up for me to not at least like this song. However, when everything is written and made as good as this is, top 10 easily. The lyrics are, you know, it's about heartbreak, or not really heartbreak. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's stuff you've heard before in EDM. But the way Laura Brehm like delivers the vocals is more than makes up for that. I also like the fact that the vocals are more prominent in the quote-unquote drops parts of the songs rather than the off-drop atmosphere stuff, which makes this pretty unique as far as this kind of stuff goes. And really, there's not a whole ton to say about this one. Actually, this is probably the only song I couldn't write an essay about in my top 10, but it's still just a beautiful song, and I was never not going to have a top 10. Number 7, you've got Again by Casbo. Casbo's got 2 songs in the entire top 100, or on the entire label, and both of them are in the top 100. Kaleidoscope is great. I'd like to give a belated shout out to Moni, but this, on the other hand, is like actually incredible, which is weird because it's unassuming on the face of it. It's pretty standard happy trap, or future bass, which is kind of a disappointment after Kaleidoscope, which has such a unique atmosphere. But if you dig deeper, there's so much more to this song, and maybe it's just my mind imagining things, but like, this is just like even more beautiful than Kaleidoscope in a way. The intro with the vocal chops is pretty standard as far as future bass goes. It's not really breaking boundaries. And then we get the first drop, which is kind of my go-to song when I talk about the kind of happy future bass I like, which is like that sort of burst drop. You know, it comes in a burst, about 25 seconds or so, and then just leaves. It energizes you, it's catchy as all hell, and then it's gone. You don't get sick of it ever, or at least I don't. Maybe you do, I don't know, but I don't. And then you get to the real beauty of the song, which is the midsection, and this reminds me a lot of stuff, the more chill stuff off of his Umbrella Club EP. And you get to the second, I don't know if you could call it a drop or not, but when the beat gets introduced and you get the darker vocal chops, you get a very downcast melody, and this is the kind of stuff that's just beautiful. The second drop is basically copy pasted, or the third drop is basically copy pasted the first, and everything, you know, like this is a very subjective song, and I realize that, but like subjectively, I really think this is the best Future Bass song on the label. I don't think it's the best Future Bass song ever, but it's pretty close. And finally, we have Spectrum by Muzzy at number 6. I know a lot of people were thinking this would be a contender for number 1, and it, yeah, to an extent it was, but it's here at number 6. It's got its imperfections for sure, but the beauty of the song doesn't outweigh the imperfections, if that makes any sense. You know, starting with the fact that it's like it feels like the only song of all of 2017 that's above 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure that's not the case, but it still feels like it, and it doesn't really waste any time. It's got a one drop structure, which is always a good thing in my opinion, because it means you don't really get tired of the drop, and it also allows for a very extended drop. In this case, it's like 1.5 to 2 minutes. The vocals from Voitions are really good. I don't really know what they're supposed to be about, but I don't really care because it adds to the atmosphere. And then the drop is cool. It's got that weird, almost 4 on the floor beat. Not quite, because it's not a kick on every. There's not a kick on every beat, but like it's still that sort of. It's not a break beat per se either. The vocals integrated in the drop are cool, but easily the best part of the song is the first 2 minutes or so, or maybe 2.5 minutes, when you got the sort of atmosphere building with the violin, and things reach a crescendo, the vocals get brought in, and then everything drops out, and then you get to that awesome build up with that detuned synth. I know some people don't like the detuned synth, but I really do. I think it makes this song even better, and which is not even really necessary because it's already really good, but like I don't know, this is just one of those songs that I could talk a lot about if I really wanted to, and one day I will, but for now I'll just leave it with this is a really good song. We won't be